newspapers in this country and you start looking for tenders,
Yes.
by the way, I'll discourage people to do that. Don't do that. Don't do it because someone else is doing it. That's number one. Maternity, when I used to like write down what I would want to start, from experience, I have 2 children who are 3 years apart. The first time, my first job wasn't so formal. We didn't have a formal dress code. So I would wear whatever I want.
Yes.
And it was a hassle. It was a hassle getting comfortable stuff and stylish stuff. In fact, style was number one. Everyone thought you're pregnant, so your life has stopped, and you can just
Unavaa
wear
tu marinda na madera.
kitu yoyote tu that is, you know. Then the second time, I was in a very formal environment where you needed to look formal. This was worse. You go out there, one trouser is like 4 Gs, and you're wondering, 4,000 for one trouser, and I need 5.
Yes.
Okay, as a woman, you need 7.
Yes.
Plus 6 dresses and 4 skirts. So it wasn't affordable. So when I started out, I asked myself, which business? And when you go out there, and I know people selling maternity. So from my list of businesses, I thought, why not maternity? Why is it that people don't think when you're pregnant, your style moves with you? It's not like a face.
Yeah.
You know, then actually there was also this thing. When you're pregnant, I don't know, people used to think you're supposed to be hidden somewhere. Because even TV, we never used to have pregnant women on TV.
Yes.
You get pregnant, you're pushed off the screen.
Right.
But now it's like a thing. This one is pregnant, the next station there's another one pregnant. But it's not because...
trend.
It's not a trend. It's because women used to get... It's because women used to get pregnant, but they are
Right.
pushed off the screen.
Okay.
But now people have embraced it and realized it's a way of life. It's
Yes.
a phase in a woman's life.
Yes.
And you don't need to stop doing what you do.
Okay.
You don't need to stop being who you are because you're pregnant. You just need someone to help you manage all these emotions and everything that's going on with you to look your best and feel your best. It's actually the one time in a woman's life, I think, that you need to feel your best and look your best. Because you have so many insecurities. You know, women, when you come from Christmas
Yes.
and you have a bulge, you know,
Una
like
feel-
a inch.
Yes.
The whole world stops. I have gained weight.
Yes.
Now imagine you're pregnant. Your stomach is here. And there's no one who seems to care about you.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I thought, why not maternity? Why not make a woman's life bearable at that particular time?
So you made losses for how many years before you started making? 2 years.
I broke even after 2 years.
And all this time, you never got discouraged, like
I really
loss
did.
after loss after loss, and then there's rent to be paid, there's, I don't know, steamer, there's, you
You
need to
know-
go out, feel good about yourself as well.
At that point, by the way, you wake up in the morning and you have rent, you have stock, you have yourself. Don't forget you're also now, when you start a business, your business is supposed to pay you. That's where your income comes from.
Right.
So you wake up and you don't have any of this. But if you started, as I said before, if you did it because Nduta is doing it, then that's where the problem is. You wake up, you don't have that resilience and perseverance in you. So you easily give up.
Okay.
But if it was in you and you wanted your business to work, you always have, there's always a push. There's always a thing that says, maybe if I go out today,
Yes.
I'll sell 10,000.
All right. For 2 years, you... Hey, uko na psych. Wewe brother, ati ulisema yako ili take how long before uanze kumake sasa do, like you say useme sasa inanimekia do?
It took like 2-3 years
2-3 years.
of proper making proper losses. So anyone who knows me out there knows that I've been up and down.
Yeah.
Literally almost all my business sort of life. Why? Because for creatives, we really want to go for what we like, what we have a passion for. That's why I actually like her story as well. You really want to do what you are into. So what happens with creatives is when you don't feel like your craft is appreciated, you take a sort of a slump.
Okay.
You can go down, you can go under. People wonder what happened to this guy. It's just the fact that your craft is still not working the way you'd want it to work. But again, if you really have a passion for what you like and what you're doing, you will not
But you see Alex, dealing na walevi kila wakati na una make losses. Unaona mtu amekuja hapo hivyo anabuy, I don't know, that bottle of 18-year-old Glenfiddich, that green label of Johnny Walker. Doesn't it like unachikumsi amepark Mercedes yake pale amekam hii wedo, after that anakuambia wewe buda asante nipate yangu and then after that unahesabu hiyo pesa yako yote una realize manzi zero, man.
Haiko poa sana. I'll give you an example. There's an event I did last year, but one. It was actually at Wilson Airport. Inside the hangar. So it had the who is who around.
Pilots.
There are these big companies that own companies.
Yes.
James Morgan, it's called Centum.
The point is they have
The
money.
point is we had people of class. So this one guy came and told me, how much are you selling your Glenfiddich? I told him 8,000 shillings. And then he was like, Shika, give me 2. That's good money.
Just hold it there.
Yeah.
There's a Joshua on the line. Joshua, good morning.
Asubuhi Mbuvi.
Poa bro, how are you doing?
Niko salama, leo naomba nitumie lugha ya taifa. Na niseme kwamba mimi mwenyewe nimekuwa nikijaribu biashara.
Okay.
Na kwa miaka mitatu iliyopita nimekuwa nikijihusisha na biashara ya kinyozi.
Kinyozi.
Ndio, na wacha niseme kwamba kinyozi changu cha kwanza ambacho nilifungua mwaka wa 2017 kimekuwa kikifaulu vizuri.
Okay.
Silalamiki, nimekuwa nikipata kipato kizuri. Ndio mwaka uliopita nikaamua pia nitafute mahali pengine niweke kinyozi kingine kwa sababu niliona ile biashara ni biashara inanoga.
Okay.
Ila tu ya pili nimekuwa na changamoto zangu, manake wakati mwingine kupata watu wazuri wafanyikazi hasa wanyoaji imekuwa ngumu.
All right.
Wakati mwingine unapata kwamba wafanyikazi ambao nao hawajitumi, si wa kuaminika, hawana ukweli. Na pia ilitegemea kwa sababu mahali ambapo nilikuwa nimehamisha mji, kwa hivyo mahali pale hapakuwa mahali penye biashara nzuri.
Okay.
Lakini kimalizia Mbuvi, kwa sababu leo maongezi ya leo ni kuhusu biashara.
Naam.
Ningewaomba tu Wakenya wenzangu, kuna tabia ambazo nimeziona tukiwa nao sisi wa Kenya kwamba wakati mwingine ukiona biashara yako imekulemea au labda haiendelei vizuri, unapata mtu amekoma kwenye maduka. Sasa tunauliza kwa nini jameni, kama labda bahati yako haijaenda mbele, usiachie watu wengine, mtu ambaye ana ndoto na maono ya biashara nyingine ndio ajaribu naye. Wapata mtu wakati mwingine mtu amelipa duka miezi 6 amekuwa akifunga, na kuna watu ambao wanataabika wakizunguka kutafuta maduka ya kuweka biashara.
All right.
Kwa hivyo tu hilo ndio itakuwa ombi langu, lakini kimalizia niseme tu kwamba biashara nadhani lazima ujitume, uwe mkakamavu, uwe na roho ngumu na uwe mvumilivu. Asante sana Mbuvi.
Thank you very much Joshua kutoka Kirinyaga. Valid point. So ukapata no jamaa akatoa doa akalipia mzinga mbili.
Akalipa. Then akitoka nimemserve, I've given him his party cups, I gave free mixers of drinks. Jamaa alikuja akaniambia it's good to be rich. Akaenda. I was like, wow.
After paying for 2 bottles, he told you it's good to be rich.
He paid it just like that and even gave a tip. Then he just came and whispered, it's good to be rich.
Yeah.
And he walked away.
Okay.
I'll never forget that day, what that guy did.
On that day, did you break even? Did you make your money?
Yeah.
Okay,
I made
good
quite
stuff.
a bit. It was in December, so party after party. So yeah, it wasn't a bad one. But the point is, you will meet all kinds of people in the event scenario. So being a people person, I tend to know how to talk to every other customer and just make sure they're okay and they're served.
Beatrice, what Nani has said, Joshua from Kirinyaga, he has said that a lot of changamoto zake, one of the biggest challenges is the fact that he gets people to work for him, but he doesn't find trustworthy people. Have you had a similar challenge?
Of course, I've had such challenges. But I think what I would like to tell him, or rather my advice to him is, and to every other entrepreneur or business person maybe watching us this morning, is that you don't have to have 20 businesses.
Okay.
You don't have to expand too fast. If you're doing kinyozi in Embu town and it's breaking even, run with that kinyozi for as long as possible. Stop that notion that I have to expand. I have to have a fleet of businesses. Watu watanitambua. I will have 20 vinyozis at a go. No, it's going to take you at a loss.
All right.
So if you start a business today, okay, it's like you go to a forest now, you want to start cutting trees. You cut a tree, when it's halfway, you leave it, tomorrow you come and cut another one halfway, and the day after.
Now you have half trees.
So you have half trees,
Yeah.
all half cut, and you've not succeeded, or rather, you've not met your motives.
Your goal.
Rather.
We have a Rose on the line. Rose, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
All right. What is your question or comment?
Thank you for this segment about business.
Right.
I thank you for bringing up this subject.
Karibu.
It is in the hearts of many.
Welcome.
I want to encourage most of us who are in the informal sector
Yes.
that at the end of the day, when you put persistence and diligence and hard work,
Yes.
your business must obey that strength that you have put into.
Wow. Okay.
So here in business, you don't give up. You wake up doing what you love doing the best way you can do it. Whether you get a profit today or not, continue to be persistent because that business will, at the end of the day, bring you profit.
Okay.
I began my business with 3,000 shillings.
Yes.
And people started laughing at me because I'm a university graduate.
Yes.
I went to Marikiti and I started selling like any other normal woman there.
Okay.
And I started selling my products. Later on, I continued increasing in my business. Until today now,
Yes.
I'm no longer there. I am a supplier of that which used to be provided to me.
Okay.
I own my own trucks. And through that 3,000 shillings,
Yes.
I have my trucks,
Wow.
I have my home,
Wow.
and I have my farm.
Congratulations, Rose.
Yes, so I want to encourage the small entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. It's not about the big business. It is about you and being persistent. And God will honor your faithfulness into the strength that you have put there.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Diligence, persistence, and your business will obey. And discipline. Okay. We have Kamau as well. Kamau, good morning.
Morning, boss. Sasa.
How are you doing, sir?
Salama kabisa.
Haya, what is your question ama comment?
Comment yangu ni kwamba
Mi
biashara yangu ya kwanza ilikuwa kuuza supu Ngwaro.
Okay.
Kuna nilianza hiyo biashara na so mbili.
Aha.
Nilienda Ndonyo nikanunua. Unaona hizi miguu za ng'ombe? Nikanunua za so. Alafu vikombe nikachukua kutoka kwa hao. Alafu biashara ika kickstart.
Okay.
Sasa hii hata niko na ingine hata kubwa sana place za Ngong Na wacha nikwambie.
Niambie.
Yes, nilikuwa na hustles mob sana. Lakini at the end of the day, wakati nilikuwa consistent. Kwa sababu hata ile place nilikuwa nimeanzia, watu walikuwa naona huyu jamani aje. Na venye tu nimetoka tu kole job hakuna, unaona? Nimesakanya job hazionekani, unaona?
Ndio.
Lakini venye nilikuwa tu consistent na usafi, ukaanza kuona hii jamaa ako serious na hii biashara, na ikaendelea na sasa ni biashara kubwa. Kwa hivyo ile kitu ningejaribu kusema consist ni kitu kingine ya muhimu sana kwa biashara.
Fiti.
Na pia kukuwa na ile open mind
Ndio.
Kujua inaweza anguka alafu ipande tena.
Kama asanti sana. Hiyo supu na kami hapo Ngwaro.
Sawa, kamu.
Na unieke kafirifiri
kapiripiri kidogo na na pia na mguu kidogo na
haina shida kama. Thanks.
Sawa.
All right. Quite inspiring stories there. Let's see what you also have to say on WhatsApp. We do have Deritu. You're saying this show is giving super energy to go forward. I have a new business with all that it requires, and my venture is into tendering with the AGPO. youth advantage, but my greatest problem is getting a tender and selling out myself. Thank you, Nderitu. We have Sheila, you're saying, good morning, watching from Nakuru, enjoying the show. Started learning hairdressing on YouTube. I was almost giving up, but after listening to Beatrice's story, hey, ndajikaza since sitaki kuwa employed, still in university my last year. Thank you very much, Sheila. Anto, nasema show iko juu. Anto, hope uko na biashara pia. Rogers from Kisumu, you're saying, I'm planning to start applying gel on and Cutex to my fellow university students, that is the girls. I do not know whether it will be successful. Rogers, shikilia hapo. And you can also learn from YouTube, just like one of our listeners there. Now, these guys obviously getting inspired by all these stories, but you've painted a picture that says, as much as on the outside it sounds amazing and it looks awesome, I mean, there are some thorns here and there. Especially that gentleman who said about tenders through the AGPO and so on and so forth. Other people who want to start, you said we can get our tenders through, you know, websites, we can check the newspapers. Kuna ujanja ingine unafaa kujua?
Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, after being in hairdressing for 10 years, I quit. I started a hardware shop in Mombasa, which is still intact, doing well, with a branch in Kilifi and Mombasa.
Nice.
But I started hearing about tenders and AGPO and what have you, and I would really listen very much to what people are saying, rather than seeking information on the real tendering. So I started in 2016 with AGPO, but I started with seeking as much information as possible. So the first step into succeeding in tendering is getting information, and the right information, because there is so much, especially going on social media and
fake
what
news,
have you,
as we like
fake
to call
news, misinformation. People saying that you have to bribe, you have to know someone, you have to be influential, that tenders, that suppliers, that suppliers don't pay. Let me tell you what I say about your kujuana. When I came here for the first time, I didn't know you, Mbuvi, when I came last year.
True.
I didn't even know these other people who are here.
Right.
But now I know you. So next time I'm approaching you, maybe I want to do business with you. I know you. So there is always knowing someone, but you cannot know people when you're back at home. And knowing people does not mean that conversing, or does not mean that you're bribing your way into getting tenders. These tenders, especially the 30% AGPO, you apply blindly, you get reports blindly, responses, you supply and you're paid. The only problem we have is the county government. I have to say this, because they delay payment even to 2, 3
Actually,
years.
happened on this,
Yes, that is
2, 3 what?
Yes, years, and maybe you took a loan.
Wow.
And 3 years down the line, you're not paid. And
is there a way you can complain for you to get that money faster?
Yes, we have a body that we complain to, especially the AGPO tenderer. It's called Public Procurement Regulatory Authorities, that is PPRA. But I still don't understand what happens with the county government, because the national government entities, the ministries are very good. We are paid within a month, and okay, maybe the longest you can wait is 3 months, and you can rest assured that it's good profit. So I would advise anyone out there who wants to venture into tendering, seek information first. And when I discovered that people didn't have as much information, in 2016 I started doing mentorship sessions for tenders. And
actually, that's what I was getting to. Can they actually contact you?
Yes.
All right, we shall give your contacts in a minute, so that you can give them that training and that mentorship, so that they can also get into the tendering. As for you, in 30 seconds, what do you think you can tell folks as far as getting themselves dusted, regardless of how many times they fall?
As I said, I really vouch for people who are creatives in the industry. I know her business is more of, let's make this money, right?
Yeah.
But there are people who get into business because they love, they have a passion for whatever they're doing. So it can be a musician, it can be a cook, it can be, you know, anyone who is in the creative sort of space. But these people go through so many challenges out here, and most of them, unfortunately, would not know how to run a business to fruition. So the word I tell people in business, and especially creatives, just keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Hata uanguke mara ngapi. I can bear witness to myself. I have fallen down so many times that I'm used to it. Like, I'm used to making losses now.
All right.
That is something you will never be taught in class.
Okay.
How to absorb
That shock.
a loss.
All right.
Yeah.
Nduta,
Yes.
parting shot, 30 seconds.
What I would want to say to people who are in business, it's all about persistence and for the love for what you do. So do what you love. Passion, sometimes people say you start a business because you're passionate about, but sometimes you start a business and you become passionate about it.
Yeah.
So if you've already started a business, be passionate about it. Whatever comes, you shall be able to absorb.
All right.
Number two, don't do it because Mbuvi is doing it, Onduta is doing it. Do it because it has come to a time when you want to start a business. If you start a business because someone else is doing it and making money, for sure you shall not succeed.
Okay.
And as Rose said, push and push and
Discipline,
push
persistence.
and push.
Okay.
Your business will obey.
All right. There you have it, folks. But before we bounce, let me see what else you're saying on social media as well. We do have someone saying, hi, I'm Willon Masaki from Githunguri. I love this show so much. Continue with the same spirit. Asante sana Masaki. Thanks. I'm learning a lot. The way now is entrepreneurial ventures, especially for us youth. Now that we have so many institutions that guide us on knowledge and skill, the biggest challenge is financing. And then we have, I love the show. Madame Duta is the real masterpiece. I have been trying to start a daycare business for a while now, but I ain't giving up. It has to come through this year. Congregation to the entrepreneur. Congratulations, I'm assuming. Bansi from Muranga. Thank you very much, Bansi. All right, and there you have it. We now come to the end of the show, but before we do that, there's someone else who's saying, good morning, my name is Rose. I am 21 and unemployed. We all know in Kenya tuna shida ya jobs. So my friend and I tuliamua kwenda Gikosh and got some sweater tops at a cheaper price of 30 Kenya shillings. We sold them at 200 bob. So our starting capital was 2,000. Things were fine mpaka tuli decide kwenda Tao Mwe Avenue. We, Mungala sema kanjo hivi. They even took our stock until we had to pay them. We even stopped that kabiashara. So frustrating. Oye pole sana Rose. But usijali, like we've been told, manzejo, persistence, discipline, your struggle lazima uendelee nayo. On behalf of Jeff Moten Shiko Kateni, of course, I have to say kwaheri for now. Thank you very much for joining us. Daily Brief takes over the next couple of minutes. Shiksha Roro, of course, and Mr. Njoroge. Do find us again here tomorrow, bright and early at 6 a.m. Until that time, hasta la vista.